Are y'all back again? You were just here Sunday in the little old country kitchen. Now you're back again on Monday? You caught old Mr. Tom the same clothes he had on Sunday. Why? No. Yeah. I fell asleep on the couch in bed. Yeah, I did. It's where I tend to sleep a lot. But it's breakfast time. And I'm going to be cooking up something that, you know, that before the old biscuit craze and croissant craze, there was something, you know, that was in every diner and home in America. Yeah, sure was. I remember it as a child from my earliest memories. Yes, sir. We didn't always have biscuits. And Lord knows we didn't ever have a croissant. You know what we had? We had regular old loaf of white bread, some eggs, bacon, some cheese, sometimes processed cheese, sometimes some of that government cheese. Yes, we did. Sure did. And when it was breakfast time and we had those eggs, and especially we had some cheese, we'd make this up. And you could get this in a diner too. Sometimes toasted, sometimes not. And that. I guess my first experience was all the way up on the high mountains of northwestern Pennsylvania. Yep. My great-grandmother served it up to me. And I was feeling a little bit, you know, low. So I thought I'd make it up this morning. And make up a couple extra of those hen gems, eggs for the kitty crew. So here we are. So let me show you what we got going on. Ain't a whole lot since y'all snuck in on me, okay? So since you snuck in on me, we went ahead and set out some eggs right here. Got 4 right there. Probably going to be cooking up 2 with y'all right now. And then, if y'all like this, I'll cook up more. Plus, let's get out an extra dozen for the kitty crew. We got a couple of pieces there. Old processed cheese, and I know. I mean, you could use some of that fancy schmancy cheese. Provolone, Swiss, Gouda, Havarti, whatever you want. We got some nice fine bacon here, we do. Yes, sir. That's all the way from Carmax, it is. You ain't never had their bacon? You don't know what you're missing. That's Carmax. Up in Nagasolo, Alabama. Got this little paper plate there with some of those there fancy paper towels on it, drain it on. And some regular old Sunbeam giant loaf bread. Yep. Don't take a whole lot to do this. Maybe y'all getting the drift now, what we're going to be doing. We got a nice cast iron pan, you know, the one I've had ever since I left home. I surely hope my daughter, my son, or my grandson pick this thing up, carry it on. That thing has made thousands and thousands upon meals. So the first thing we're going to get doing here, we're going to get us cooking up some bacon. Yep. And we'll come on back and we're ready to slide it on in the pan. Now the thing everybody does wrong with cast iron, then they get to hating on it, is they don't let it warm up temp. Nope, they surely don't. And see, it is heavy. It is thick. And that's the great benefits of it. Yeah, surely is. But it is also why you gotta heat it on up and let that heat saturate in. Yeah. It'll retain the heat really well. And I'm going to tell you what, if you're seasoning a cast iron pan, see, we're going to take this nice fine bacon here. I don't know if y'all can hear it there. That little bit of sizzle. Woo, yeah. What you want to be hearing? We're going to lay another piece right on in there. We ain't got a whole lot of bacon. Just a few strips. Now, you know what? I've got to where I can do bacon in a bone. Yep. And don't make such a mess on my stove. But there's nothing better than fried bacon. And you think that there is a difference? Well, there surely is. Now, I got 5 strips in there. Because I got to have some for the kitty crew, right? Now, have y'all guessed what we're making yet? Is that bacon just sizzling away there right there? And what we're going to do is keep the mess down. We're going to take us some of that there fine Reynolds wrap, aluminum foil there. Those of you don't buy name brand, I do. Don't know why. I spend a few more pennies. I get the real deal. A little bit thicker, I think. And we're going to set that over the top, just like that. Keep the grease down some. Of course, we already made a big mess, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to let that cook until we get a nice crispy bacon. Yep, sure are. And one thing about cooking bacon, especially on the stove, is you got to keep checking it. Yep. Yep, because you got to turn it. But like I was saying, I think I got sidetracked. If you got a brand new cast iron pan, you want to get it all good and seasoned, where it won't stick nothing, like this old 40-year-old or more now. I think that thing's about 44 years old, going on 45. Every time you want to cook some bacon, cook it in your cast iron pan. Oh yeah. Yep. Ham too. Pork belly. Salt pork. Anything with a whole lot of fat in it. Yep. Because you're going to build up that seasoning. And, you know, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years later, you're going to be like me. You're going to be glad you was doing that. We got that bacon cooking. House this morning is smelling good. Okay. We'll be back, and this bacon's all finished up. Now, I don't know if y'all can see it, but you can see that bacon's done shrunk on up. Got rather brown. It ain't sizzling a whole lot right now. It's done rendered that fat, okay? You can see there's a whole lot of bacon grease in here. Now, if you pour this down your drain, you're going to regret that over time. Yep, surely are. Another thing you're going to regret is giving up all that flavor. So, maybe y'all remember this from your mama's kitchen, grandmothers and great-grandmothers. They had a metal one or ceramic one like this. You know what right there? It says grease. And what they did, this is especially important, during the World Wars, you know, when times were really hard. Y'all think the times are hard now? Oh, you don't know. And the Depression, right here, wasn't no butter. You know, wasn't no margarine. You saved your fat from cooking bacon, cooking other meats. You know what you did? Let me show you. Take the lid off here. And this one's ceramic. And you pour it right on in here. Just, you know, just a little strainer right here. And you saved it right there. And you put it back in the ice box. Or root cellar, spring house. Whatever you had. Or refrigerator. He's one of them wealthy people. Okay? And you want to get your bacon nice and browned and crispy. Now if you like rubbery bacon, you go right ahead and do that. I'm not a big fan of that. And who don't love good bacon, right? Now, I know as I say that I got some vegan viewers. They're going to say, Mr. Tom, I don't love bacon. Okay, God bless you. I'm with you. But I ain't going there, okay? Oh, man, that's tasty. So that bacon's about done. So, let me show you where we're at. That's 5 pieces of bacon. Because I cut up some raw bacon and gave to Gracie. And if you can hear her, she's pacing down below me. Below my feet at the stove. You know what she wants? Bacon. So you can see her right on in there. She's nice and brown, shrunk on up. See all that bacon grease in there? How in the world could you throw that away? That is flavor. I'm gonna tell you what. You want to make some of the best popcorn ever and you've had in your life? Instead of drizzling on some butter, you drizzle on some of this. Or better yet, put a couple tablespoons of this in a pot and throw you in some old kernels of popcorn. Yeah, I know, it's not microwave. Pop her up here on the stove. If you want to, I can show you how to do that. Yep, just like I showed my grandson. And he was just so thrilled. That'll be the most flavorful popcorn you have ever had in your life. And if you ain't got a grease saver, get you one, just like this. You keep it in the fridge. That stuff lasts forever. I ain't never died from it. I know there's some grease in there I've had for 3 or 4 years. Still ain't died. It'll be okay. Yep, as long as it don't smell, don't start bubbling up or getting foamy, you good to go. Now if you'll remember, probably your grandmother, great-grandmother, they just kept it right on the stove. I know that's the way mine did it. Oh yeah. And of course they used it a lot more often than what old Mr. Tom does. You see that grease starting to smoke a little bit now. So what we're going to do, right there, we're going to get them on out of there. And we're going to continue on to the next stage of this iconic American breakfast sandwich. Oh, as you can see, cast iron pan's empty. There's our nice crispy bacon. Yep, there's only 4 left. Yeah, Gracie won one. So me and her shared one. She got a little bit more than half. I got a little bit less than half. That's just sweat, but I'm going to tell you, it's nice and crispy. So, like I told you, we ain't going to waste our bacon grease, not one bit. We going to pour it off right here in our little bacon grease saver. Yep, we sure are. Right here. We're just going to do it nice and slow. And you want to make sure, especially if it's ceramic, that you take your grease crock out of your fridge prior to doing this. Yep. Let it warm up room temperature, I would. Otherwise, since this here bacon grease is extremely hot, you could risk cracking your crock. I did that one time. Took me forever to find a nice crock like this. I think this is Amish made. We're gonna put the lid on it. We are. Now I always put oh man, that's such good paper plate underneath it, because I tend to miss my marks. Okay, so we're gonna get that all taken care of, and then we got to get on to the other ingredient, cooking us up some fine eggs. Well, y'all, what we done now? We got that up bacon all done up. Poured off our bacon grease we did. And now, you see that nice little yellow cube right there? Yep. Might say, well, what's that? That's butter. Yep, sure is. And you might think, well, you got bacon grease on in there. Why you got butter? Well, who don't know that bacon grease ain't the best, but butter is the next second best. So we just got our butter right on in there, melting. And that, so we got the best of both worlds. We now got bacon grease and butter. Ain't no margarine here, not for this. And I ain't no fat snob. I'll use some margarine, especially nowadays. It ain't as bad as what they all say. Now there's non-GMO people be giving it a bad rap. That's okay. Do what you want. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's starting to, bubble a little bit. So it ain't gonna be long. We're gonna have to put one of these golden hen nuggets in. Yep, eggs. That's right. And we're gonna be using 2. And these are medium eggs. You can use large. You can use extra large if you want to. I use medium. And we're gonna let this pan come up to nice fine temperature. And we're going to crack this on off in there. And then we're going to crack another one on in there. One for each sandwich we are. Oh, yeah. Yep. You want to use jumbo or whatever, you just go right at it. But you want to make sure your pan's nice and warm. So we just let it sit here a bit. Warm all on up, and then let's give it a try. We can fold it up, and we're gonna crack it over the pan. I know you ain't supposed to. What I do, just sort of kind of hold it there a bit, just like that, so that old egg yolk don't run all over everywhere. See right there? Looking good. Look, I mean, these are superfood eggs. See how bright orange that yolk is? Yeah. Got them out of my hen house, I did. Not really. No, I ain't gonna spend all that money for chickens right now. Push came to shove, and I had any bag. This old pandemic was going to shut down the chicken trade in Alabama. I'd worry about it. but I'm not going. I got this on 3. I want low and slow. I don't want crunchy eggs. And they're gonna get a little crunchy with that butter and bacon grease in there. A bit brown around the edges. And we got a secret tip for y'all. Show you how we get these egg yolks cooked to perfection. Or of course we hope this time through. Normally it happens. I have had some bad moments in my life with that. Still gonna be edible though. But I gotta wash my hand, get these eggs off it. Y'all watch the eggs for a minute, okay? Y'all didn't let my eggs burn, did you? We're not gonna adulterate these fine fried eggs with all kinds of stuff like cream fresh and everything. We're just gonna give them a little pepper. I like pepper. It's a digestive aid. You can give them a little bit of salt. Yeah, I know. It's not that fancy pink Himalayan salt that we used on our last recipe, but it'll be just fine. It's mined in America from an ancient salt bed. It'll be okay. So, we got her going on. You can see it bubbling and sizzling right there. Okay? We got our metal spatula here we've had like forever. I think this is 40 plus years old too. Yeah, probably about 44. I think my mother gave me this. And it's still traveling on. If my eyesight was better, I could tell you what brand. You can't get them like this anymore. So there we have it. Egg whites are already set up. We want to get our yolks looking good. We want sunny side up. No, I ain't gonna ruin these by flipping them. So what we're gonna do, we got about 2 to 3 tablespoons of water in here. You gotta put this in slow. Okay? We're just gonna pour that on there. You hear that sizzle increasing? See that steam coming up? Okay, now what we do, put that same aluminum cover on it. Right like that. Oh yeah. And we're gonna let them cook for a couple of minutes. Okay? Now what does that water do? It's gonna start steaming those egg yolks and cooking them and getting them to where they're just perfect. But I gotta hustle, because now I gotta put the bread together. So keep watching it, okay? Don't go nowhere. Okay. Yep, we ain't having nothing fancy. Just a couple pieces of white loaf bread. Sandwich loaf, for that matter. The cheapest stuff, but it'll be okay. And got it ready. And it's just a couple minutes now. We're looking at the clock on the stove. Now, the problem being, if you pop it off, it's going to release all your steam. So you sort of got to keep your technique going here, okay? We also got a couple pieces. Yeah, I know, processed cheese. But it'll be okay. It's American. That's 1 minute. We'll give it, another minute, okay? Now I've cut some of that egg white off for Gracie. I can already tell you that. And if Trixie wakes up, I'll cut her off some too. Oh, they smelling good. Even with just salt and pepper, I'm telling you. Now, that's 2 minutes. We're going to pop right on. Oh, look at that, look at that. Those are perfect. Get that out of y'all's way. We're just going to lay our cheese on. Yep, right there. Woo! Now, why did I do it this way? Well, I want to leave that egg yolk just a little bit creamy. I like it just a little bit creamy. Not all the way set up, okay? I'm just covering it up, keep that heat in there. Get my cheese sort of kind of melted, like that. So, we got it going on. They're already done. Looking nice. We got our bread here on our bachelor chinette right there. And we're just going to take that off. And we're going to slide it on that bread right there. Oh yeah. Woo! Look at those, look at those. Now, we got to throw the rest together. So come on over to the counter with me. If you like it, I'll cut one of these up for samples. And if y'all like it, we can cook y'all all up some more, okay? So come on, let's do this. Now, we got them slid over here. Cheese is all nice and softened up. And everything. Got them all in a little bachelor china right there. Yes, we do. Now, this is how I like them. You can put whatever you want on. But I like them with ketchup. Don't gotta be Heinz. But I would suggest you try it. Because this is how my great-grandmother, first time my memory of having these, served them up. Yep. Sure did. Egg, cheese, and good old Heinz ketchup. Right there. Yeah. Gotta have plenty of it too. Trust me that. If you haven't had ketchup and eggs, you don't know the taste combo you're missing. Right there. You got it. Now, take some of that nice crispy bacon. Lay it right on top of there. It's going to take you about 2 slices or less. See, I got 1/2. And then we'll finish off this other one with another 1/2 right there. It leaves me a piece right there to share with Trixie and Gracie later. Again, Gracie's already had some. Then you just take a couple other slices of white bread, lay on top of them right there, give them a little pat down. You can say, well, this here old breakfast ain't all that special. Let me tell you something. Before there were all the crave of biscuit breakfast all over this country, you know, McDonald's, Hardee's, White Cap, everywhere. And then it got to be in all the restaurants, all the truck stops and everywhere. And then people started doing it at home on the internet. Before all of that, long time ago, and days forgotten, there was the humble breakfast sandwich. Oh yeah. Now, granted, you can toast your bread. My mother liked hers toasted. My great-grands, they didn't. Might be because they were in their 70s. A little too challenged, I don't know. But that's how they served it to me, and that's how I've always liked it. To my mother's disgust, when she tried to serve me a couple of these in the mornings, from time to time, toasted. And I'd eat them, but I'd tell her, sure enough, wasn't a big fan of toasted bread on my egg sandwich. But this was before all of that. Before the whole breakfast craze. And once upon a time, you could stop in little roadside diners those little bitty tiny diners attached to those there roadside motels with neon lights. And you can find this on the menu. Yep. Egg, cheese, and bacon sandwich. Or you just have egg sandwich. Or an egg and cheese. Or an egg, cheese, and bacon, just like you can have all them biscuits and croissants you see. That's fast food restaurants now. Yep. It was like the pioneer. That's what us po folk did. You know what? That's what happens to po folk food. Everybody finds out how tasty it is, and they start gobbling it up. And I remember when they just about give chicken wings away for a little bit of nothing. Now they're some of the most expensive part of chicken that you can buy per pound. Just like oxtails. I remember a time you couldn't give them away. Now, they're so expensive because everybody just thinks oxtails are cool. You know, oxtails. They're basically cowtails. Yeah. And it just goes on and on and on. And some call it soul food. I always called it po food. But this is my breakfast for this morning. Before I gotta go on in, get all scrubbed on up, cleaned up, because we're going out on an adventure. I hope you enjoyed having breakfast with me this morning. I hope maybe, if you'd forgotten about the old humble egg sandwich, you'll cook one up soon too. Share with your children, grandchildren, the husband, friends and family, and loved ones. And maybe they're not family friends. We need to make more people our friends and family. And that starts with love. So y'all, tell me, Gracie, who's running all over the floor, because I got to trim some of this egg white off for her. See ya, as well as the kitty crew, outdoors, fast asleep. Still, they're late sleepers. Don't tell them I told you so. I want to say, please take care. Stay safe. And may God bless each and every one of you. Till we all see you on the next video. Goodbye for now.